like every other day, and I'm pleased to be with you guys. This morning, when I woke up, I was very happy and cheerful, and I felt this immense love within me. So I am sharing this love with you guys. If you guys want to get some love, I am here for you to receive love so you can take as much as you wish. Love is free, love is our essence, and it is so beautiful to feel this immense amount of love that we can just share and is unlimited. Okay, I'm going to start the live today by one question. And the question is, have you guys started to create your new personality? Just tell me yes and no, because lately I've been putting a lot of focus on creating a new personality. And I'm going to open it up a little bit more for you guys to realize, why am I putting so much emphasis here? Why is it so important to create a new personality? Yeah? Okay. The reason being is, after 40 years of personal coaching, after dealing with God knows so many people, I realized one thing: people are not clear, and the lack of clarity is making them feel stuck. Why are you stuck? Because you are listening to the thinking machine. You are identifying yourself with the old personality that is created by the ego mind. So what happens day after day, you keep listening to the mind who is bringing to your attention so many things that is wrong with you. When you listen to the conversation of the mind, which is going to tell you that you're not good enough, you're not loving, you're not deserving, you're not being enough, you're lazy, you're not focused, you're not successful, you're blah, blah, blah. All of this thing happens when you listen to the thinking machine. The next step, when you keep listening to the thinking machine and you're identifying yourself with the mind, and the ego, who is so attached to the old story, nothing new will surface your life. True or true, guys, right? So after all these years, I realized, if we're going to keep on working with the old personality and everything that is wrong with this personality, and this personality is never whole, is never complete, is never good enough, we're going to lose a lot of energy, time, and money, right? So if you get this, you geniuses, you realize, why am I telling you guys, let's create a new personality? So today, at this moment, that you all know that there's no use to go and work on the old personality, because you are losing time and energy. And it doesn't matter if you work with the best psychologists, if you work with the best coaches, whatever or whomever that you work with, you are still working, doing something to perfect this personality, and you do not have any energy here to create the life that you desire. Okay, so at this moment, I would like us all to be focused and concentrate on who do we want to create? Who is the personality? Let's look back and see during your lifetime, you have, and so many people have encountered your life. If you start from the beginning of your life, your parents, your caregivers, sisters, brothers, families, teachers, schoolmates, then you grow up later on, co-workers, and whoever else has entered your life, right? I want you at this moment to find out and pick and choose every attributes that you loved about this character. So what I'm saying right now is maybe at the moment you're going to tell me, look, I cannot find a personality that is perfect, it is pure, and I don't have a role model that I absolutely adore and I love every aspect of this character, right? So if you cannot find all of these attributes in one character, let's pick and choose every aspect or part of the characters that we love. Starting with number one, which I think is the most important aspect in a character. Does this character overcome the ego mind? Yes or no? So probably what you guys want to do is to start putting in on your list. Number one, my new character has overcome the ego mind, meaning my new character totally recognize the old character. My ego mind is able to constantly separate herself or himself from the ego and from the old personality. My new character has overcome the mind, the thinking machine, right? Okay, so this new personality, from the moment that realizes is waking up, my new personality also aware and know that the ego mind has also awakened with him or her. Therefore, I am constantly seeing the ego as my shadow, and I'm not getting involved with the chatters of the mind. My new personality is constantly here at this moment, as this moment is the moment that my new personality is empty from any conversation that's going on, from my past, from the storyline that the ego has created. My personality is empty this moment, this moment, this moment, this moment. And by doing this, my new personality knows how great it is to be empty from the old beliefs, from lack, from being broken. Okay, so that's the first trait that I'm looking for my new personality as I'm creating this. The next step is now I am creating my new personality, the avatar, and this new personality is a creator. My new personality is extremely creative. Is very creative, right? My new personality is the superhuman. My new personality can do and create anything that she or he wants. So let's move into creativity, this open, empty space that we have, and see now what other aspects do we want our new personality have. So when I say my new personality is superhuman, superhuman meaning what? My new personality is healthy. My new personality is wealthy. My new personality is energetic. My new personality is fun, loving, understanding. My new personality has compassion. It's forgiving, right? What else? Write in the comment for me. What else do you guys want to add to this new personality? Write a comment. Let me see what else. You're super healthy. You're super energetic. You're full of energy. You are funny. You are playful. You are charming. You are the whole knowing, right? So put every aspect that you think and you like within this personality. The next step is, now that you're super clear about this new personality, now you have to believe and live and act and feel the same way that this personality acts, behave, and feel. By now, all of us know about law of attraction. We have heard and overheard law of attraction, and we all know that what I think about, what I imagine, what I feel, that's the vibration that I'm sending out to the universe, and the universe just has a huge mirror for me to see in the reflection and see what do I like. So every time when you look outward and you see there is an aspect within this character that's playing out in your movie or in your reality, you are seeing that, I see some jealousy, I see some backstabbing. So when you see this in a character outside, whether it's your sister or your coworker or your partner or whoever it is, you leave that character alone and you come back to yourself and say, the outer world is experiencing jealousy. So this jealousy, what is this jealousy? The energy of jealousy. And the minute you leave the character alone and you're coming to see the jealousy, you are realizing there is a part of your shadow or the ego that's surfacing and stepping ahead of you. So now that you see this, what you want to do is to come to your part of awareness and your knowing and know that, isn't that silly? Why would I feel jealous? And in what circumstances would I feel or experience jealousy? Is because I am not living and creating my own life. Is because I'm comparing myself to someone else and not realizing that it's so stupid to compare myself to someone else because I do not know what their life path or their life lesson is. right? So when I come to my understanding and say, oh my God, what am I doing here? What's going on here? There is no reason to be jealous because I don't know their story. I don't know where they're going. I don't see their full package. That if they are super successful, there are other parts or areas in their life that is not working out. Because by now we know wherever energy goes, the focus goes, or wherever the focus goes, the energy goes. So if someone is very successful with their work, there is another part that is not working out for them. Could it be their relationship? Could it be their marriage? Could it be the sickness or something that you and I are not aware? So when we come to this understanding, we realize that it is really not smart to be jealous or even compare ourselves to someone else, right? So by now you are aware that your reality or your outer world is only a huge mirror that's showing you what you have to change about this personality, what you have to add to this personality, or what you have to erase from this personality. Okay? So now we are coming back to this new personality. After you become crystal clear who this personality is, you might think some aspect of this new personality is not easy to live or to be or to behave. Don't get disappointed. That sometimes you might think, I'm giving you an example so it makes it easier for you guys. A lot of people compare themselves to me that I wake up every single day before 4 a.m. And I actually did it, was it? Yeah, I was doing a session with someone and she said to me, she said, I am really disappointed of myself because I want to be like you and to wake up before 4 a.m. And I set the alarm clock and I wake up, but I don't have energy. And after a while, I go back to sleep and I'm tired and I'm exhausted, right? So this is where you guys go wrong. When you pick your character, if I am your role model, you have to realize that the old personality is structured differently from your role model. So when you know that, you cannot just set up 4 a.m. If your body language, if your body behavior, if your body temperature, or hundreds and millions of things are different in your physical body, you cannot right away copy paste the new character and expect it to work out for you. Okay? So what you're going to have to do now that you're creating this new personality, what you have to do is step one. If you normally sleep till 11 a.m. and you're not a morning person, you actually a night owl and you get your energy from the afternoon, this is going to be tough and hard for you. So what I would recommend is that normally you're sleeping your best behaving and you're full of energy when you wake up 11 a.m. So at the beginning, you change it to 10 a.m. For a couple of days, 3 days, 4 days, you wake up at 10 a.m. And then after 3, 4 days, you move it to 9 a.m. And eventually you come back there. This is one part that you have to be patient with the new personality and go slowly with these new changes, because it's a huge gap from 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. It's a huge gap that you cannot, I mean, even if you're creating the new personality and you're telling yourself that this personality is waking up every morning at 4 a.m., the body, by now, your physical body, as you have overheard me all the time, the body has become also a new mind. The body is also knows your old routines, right? So it's best to do this. The second part is if you say, you know what, I just don't have patience to gradually move on, to move my daily time routine from 11 to 4. Okay, so the next thing you can do is you have to be a lot more on top of this new personality. Meaning, if you still decide to wake up 4 a.m., when you wake up 4 a.m., the minute you realize that you have waken up, your physic has also waken up, your ego and mind has also waken up. Now you have to have all of them under control. So basically, the first moment that the mind is saying, oh, I don't know about that, I'm kind of still tired, it's too late for you to have overcome the mind. The only way, and the only way that you guys can change this fast and quickly is by the first word. When you hear the first thing that your mind starts saying, that, oh my God, cut. You don't allow the mind to give you a full sentence. You probably have heard me over and over that I'm saying to you guys, pay attention, really pay attention to this part. That is extremely important, to cut the conversation at the first word. Otherwise, when your mind gives you a whole sentence, you haven't catched it at the beginning. Yesterday, I was doing a session, and maybe this helped you guys too. She said, I don't really comprehend the exercise of cut, thought, silence, or thought. I said it's not cut, it's thought first. So when you reverse the word, it changes the whole dynamite, right? So you have to say thought. You imagine in your mind's eye a golden scissor, thought, cut, and you come into this millisecond of silence, right? So I said to her, what I said to her, because she wasn't really getting it, I said to her, I said, why don't you try this? Either imagine that your new profession is a tailor, and all you have to do the whole time is that you have to work with a scissor. So hold on to this scissor and don't ever, ever put it down. By this, when you imagine you're a tailor and you have a scissor in your hand, now you have to constantly imagine the scissor, 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 scissor. So the minute the mind said, yesterday, boom, cut. The minute the mind said, do you, cut. This is one way to go about this exercise. The other way that I put it is to, I told her, I said, imagine that there is a huge land of, what do I say? Imagine a whole land of flowers. And you, from the minute that you wake up, instead of feeling yourself in the body, the minute you wake up, imagine this beautiful landscape that has filled up with flowers. Again, go back to the scissor. And every second when the mind said, oh, imagine the O as a flower that you have to cut. Oh, cut a yellow flower. Do you cut a rose, a red rose? Oh my God, cut another lilac or another flower. So this is really because I am just coming up with different things for you guys to be able to do this practice every single day and every moment and a second of every single day. Okay? So you might come up with something else. Use your imagination because the new personality is super creative, right? So come up and make up some stuff that can help you, number one, to do this practice of thought, cut, silence. The second exercise that I have is from the minute that you wake up, you realize also that the ego mind has waken up with you. So from this moment on, every second, you have to separate yourself from the ego mind, separate yourself, separate yourself. Sometimes imagining your ego as your shadow or as your twin, that you're constantly aware of this shadow can help you out to separate yourself constantly from it. Okay? And tell me if you guys have anything else, any other practices or anything else that can help you, write a comment so I can see, and we can also use that to help us to really do this practice every single day. So I'm constantly saying the practice of thought, cut, silence is 24 hours every second. What do I mean by that 24 hours every second? That means if you can imagine when I'm saying 24 hours every second, imagine how much aware you have to be. I was doing this another session with someone else, and I told her, just to put enough emphasis for her to get it, I said, imagine if the minute you get drowsy or you want to fall asleep, imagine that right away you have to throw some cold water in your face to wake up. This is how you do the practice of separating yourself from the ego mind. It is so important. And I said to her, I said, imagine this. If you fall asleep, you're gonna die. And she said, oh my God, I'm so scared of dying. Another part of ego mind, right? I'm terrified of dying. I said, okay, great. Then imagine at every second, if you don't separate yourself from the ego mind, the ego mind is gonna kill you, or the ego mind is gonna take you in a deep sleep again. So by knowing that, how aware do you have to be? How many times at the beginning do you have to splash your face with cold water to separate yourself from the ego mind? This is how important these two practices are. Get it? Okay. So, asking for angels' help, especially Angel Michael. Okay, Sahar, thank you. Sahar is saying, um, to help us be to do this practice, it helps to ask angels, especially Angel Michael. If you have your Angel Michael, if you can imagine Angel Michael being by your side, and every second when you see 2 or 3 times you cut you and you experience the silence, then you cannot do it and it's really overwhelming and it's really hard, then ask Angel Michael. When you wake up, Angel Michael, I am commanding that you spend your whole day with me, since you don't have anything else to do and no one else to help. I am asking you to be with me the whole day today. Help me to overcome my mind and ego. And maybe again, you need to have your phone to give you a notification every minute. Angel Michael, help me to overcome the ego mind. Angel Michael, help me to live my new personality. Okay? All right. So, are we all really crystal clear about who this new personality is? You need to write it down. If you don't write it down, guys, you might do it 1 or 2 days, you might do it for a couple of hours, and then it just goes away. The whole thing will vanish in front of your eyes. Okay? So, what I want you to do is to write this personality, write it on a nice piece of paper. Do whatever you have to do, make it colorful, make it exciting, put stickers on it, and then I want you to glue this piece of paper for your new personality to yourself. Do you have to put it in your bra? Guys, do you have to put it in your pocket? Do you have to have it on the side of your, because you need to pull out this paper and keep looking at it, keep reading it. My new personality is superhuman. My new personality is extremely creative. My new personality is healthy, is wealthy, is full of energy, is fun, is blah. You know what I mean? Okay. Hold on to this piece of paper as the biggest treasure that you have ever received in your life. Got it? All right. So the next step is, when I come to the fact, I gave you the first part. If my first item, I told myself that my new personality has overcome the mind and ego. So I already gave you the practice. It's the 24 hours a day, thought, cut, silent, and separating myself from the ego mind. Okay, coming to the next part. Does my personality, we already said that our new personality is healthy. So does this mean that my new personality is eating very healthy and my new personality is exercising, moving every day? Does this mean my new personality is working on its breath? Does my new personality inhales and exhales deeply? Because my new personality obviously know that the more oxygen that enters my body, the more healthy and the more energized I am. When I'm feeling tired, all of a sudden I had it the other day, guys. I woke up 20 minutes to 4 and I was full of energy. And I was going and dealing with my employees and back and forth. And then I was doing sessions, 4 or 5 sessions. Then I had to do the diet programs. And I had like 4 diet programs that I have to read them and I have to send a voice what to do, blah, blah, blah. And by 1 p.m., all of a sudden I felt like psh, my whole energy was gone. What do you think I did at that moment, guys? The minute I realized that my energy is drained out, instead of letting my thinking machine goes everywhere, maybe somebody psychically attacked me. Maybe that person was vicious. Maybe that person had really heavy energy. Maybe that person had some entity. Instead of letting my mind take over and giving me all of these BSs and excuses why suddenly my energy drained out, I came to myself and I said to myself, oh, I have to overcome this and I have to eat and relax myself and energize myself and nourish myself with a good meal. But some of you might say, okay, after a meal, I get tired. That's because if you get tired and your energy gets drained out after a meal, either you are diabetic, your food was too big, too much, and the only reason that you're tired at this point is because when we eat, all the oxygen and blood goes to the digestive tract. So when all of your oxygen and blood goes into your digestive tract, you don't have energy for moving or doing something. So that is actually to your benefit to slow down and relax and also learn to make your portions smaller. I'm a food lover. I love food. And sometimes I can overdo the portion to overeat, or my portion is too big. And then I feel tired. I don't ask myself, why am I tired? I tell myself, hey, you ate too much. Next time, remember to stick to a smaller portion. Okay? So it doesn't matter why your energy gets drained out. Even the fact that you want to figure out why your energy was drained out is again the thinking machine. You're still thinking. What if, geniuses, you don't go there? You don't allow the mind and do the thought cut silent, and then you tell yourself, after a few deep breath, inhale and exhale, you tell yourself, I'm energized. I am full of energy. And you give your mind a new story. What's happening till now is that we listen to the story that the mind and ego is giving us day after day after day. That's why we don't feel good, right? So what I'm telling you right now, the minute you see you're tired, the minute you feel there is some pain in your physical body, instead of giving it energy, listening to the mind ego, you have to separate yourself and give yourself a different story and make the question even different. So imagine right now, I don't have any energy. I feel I'm hungry. I haven't eaten because I'm fasting, and my back is pulling. At this moment, number one, The first mistake I made is that I listened to my mind to give me all these stories. Now that I realize it's okay, I didn't stop my mind when I was supposed to do it. Now that I catch myself, I let the mind to go for too long. I stop that and I give myself a new story. What's the new story? I'm coming to my breath. Always use the breath to change your mood, to change your energy, to heal the part that is painful or experiencing some illnesses. I'm taking a few inhale and exhale. I'm relaxing my body and I'm telling myself, I am full. I am energized. And I can even in my own mind direct, grab the energy of the light, and I can move that energy through my vertebrae. And I'm seeing that the light is moving and moving and moving throughout my vertebrae. I'm inhaling and exhaling, and I'm basking into this universal light, the chi, and I'm feeling good. I'm experiencing the light is moving. I'm taking deeper breath. Maybe I have a sip of water or tea, which is water here. And I tell myself, I have received. I calm the body, I calm the mind, and I'm giving myself a new story. Did you get it, guys? Okay, fantastic. So, please, I'm asking you, I'm ending this live because I went over a few minutes too. I'm ending this live. What I'm asking you guys is to share as much as you can. Whether you're watching me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, doesn't matter. Share, okay? And also, don't forget to listen to it over and over and over. Something else before I forget, guys. I think majority of you guys know who I am. I'm a shaman. I'm a master healer. I work on a higher 8th dimension and above. Okay? Anytime you see me, you hear me, you are receiving the pure light and the energy. My voice is hypnotic. There's energy in the voice, in the body, in the present. So if you are not feeling well, if you have friends or families, co-workers, anybody that doesn't feel good, recommend them to go on my YouTube, put a headset on, and sleep with my voice. Because you have to know that anytime I'm interacting with you guys, you're receiving the energy. Some people are super sensitive, they get it right away. Some people are too much involved in the mind and ego, they don't experience it. It doesn't matter whether you're experiencing this energy right now or you're not, that doesn't matter. The energy has knowledge and the energy is working on you guys, whether you feel it or you don't feel it. Okay? So at night, it is crucial when you're sleeping at night. Trust me, I have people who had sleep apnea. I had people who had major anxiety. I had people who had different illnesses. By listening to me all night long, everything has cured. And for those of you who are already saying, anytime I come to listen to you, I fall asleep, there is a purpose to it, because the guides, the universe is putting you into a state of trance. So is pushing your ego and mind aside in order for you to fully receive this energy of healing and light. So it doesn't matter, but either way, go on my YouTube, Sudhi Burnett English or SudGuru, put a headset on your head, sleep, let this play, let my YouTube channel play out, and then you will realize that even though you're sleeping, your subconscious mind is picking up and hearing what I'm saying, is getting the teaching. Plus you wake up in the morning energized, full of light, and feel better. Okay, don't forget this, guys, to listen while you're asleep. I have some people who tell me, I listen to you from the minute that I wake up. This also helps you guys. Some people, from the minute they wake up, they start listening to me while they're showering, while they're sitting in the toilet, while they're taking a shower, while they're dressing up, while they're cooking, while they're driving, while they're walking. Because what I'm saying to you guys, it's the what you're getting is different, because that depends. The information that's coming to you, it depends at the level of your consciousness. So the more you, every time you listen to me, you don't hear the same thing. And this is very important for you guys to get it. Do you get it or not? Because if your consciousness is very low here, when you listen to me, you pick up something. When you're conscious, when you keep listening to me, your consciousness is raising. Then the next time and the next week you listen to me, you're hearing a different thing. And that's why a lot of time people say, when I listened to you, I picked up something that I didn't get the last time. Oh my God, there was so much that I didn't get before. That is because your consciousness is raising and coming up. So the material that you're getting, it's different. Are you guys with me? Yes or yes? Okay, so I'm wrapping up this live. I'll see you guys, God knows when and where, when and where. If the alien didn't pick me up by next week or 2 weeks, I will show up. But if I disappear, don't worry about it, because I have enough material on YouTube, on Facebook, on all platforms. And I would like you also, if you haven't yet, signed up for my webinar, which is every Sunday, 9 a.m. Los Angeles time. Do so, because when you come to my webinar, that's when you really get there. You become committed to do the exercise. Love you guys. Thank you for being here.